What happens when you mix someone that loves to travel with a retro game hunter? You get me, Sal. I've been traveling and also hunting for games for over 5 years, so I thought, why not start filming it? I've had a ton of great scores in the past, so I guess you can say I'm just trying to chase that retro treasure. So join me on my travels as I visit flea markets, video game stores, and street vendors all over the world. This is Retro Finds Worldwide, Bogota, Colombia. Hey everyone, so we're here in Bogota and we're going to hit the flea markets today. It's Sunday morning, about 9:30. At 10 o'clock is when they usually get going, the flea markets, so we're going to start walking over. I'm rolling solo this time, so I'm going to try not to buy any consoles. No consoles, only Nintendo. Carts and any other type of carts, so I'm going to try to stay away from the big stuff. But as you can see, they already closed down Carrera 7, which is 7th Avenue. They close it for bikes on Sundays only. So let's go down and check it out. All right, how's it going, everyone? We're back here in Bogota, Colombia. As you guys know, I spend a lot of time here, so we're gonna see what we find this time. And first thing I see when I'm walking by, I see the street vendors already getting shut down by the cops, which is a bummer. It's about 9:45, so it's still early. Hopefully they come back. We're gonna hit our first flea market here in San Alejo. It's called Mercado Pulgas San Alejo. That translates to Flea Market San Alejo. It's going to be a little emptier this time around because it is a holiday this coming Monday. In Colombia, there are 18 to 20 holidays a year, as opposed to the Americans have 10. So, there is a lot more free time. So the Colombians use that to go to their town, away from Bogota for the weekend. They probably leave on Friday and come back on Tuesday. So that means the vendors also leave. So it's going to be a little thin, but hopefully we still find some stuff. Here's an Xbox clone 110-in-1 with Mario on the cover and 2 controllers and a gun. I don't know, kind of weird. But I'm trying to stay away from the big stuff this time, like I mentioned. So I did pick up this Jungle Boy LCD game, which I know it is to be pretty rare. So picked that up for 5,000 pesos, which is not even $2. It's like $1.85, something like that. Here's a Super Nintendo console, just a console, under a bunch of newspaper. Weird, but it's a little yellowed out. You can't really see it in the video, but not really sure how to get the yellow out. I've tried all the methods, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can see here, this guy has a bunch of toys, and then he has a red PSP type console. The PSPs are really crazy here, how they clone them. They're called PVP, PSD, EVP. So you gotta watch out when you see those here. So that's it for that flea market. I come out and I see some vendors setting up again. That's the game they play here. The cops come, shut them down, they move, set back up, sell some stuff, they get shut down again, and that's how it is. So you have to chase them down and catch them when you can, because sometimes they do have good stuff. This is right outside that flea market I was just at. These are called vendedores ambulantes, so ambulant vendors. Basically they're illegally set up here. So this guy has a bunch of Super Nintendo Famicom stuff, so there's already a reseller trying to buy them here. So first thing I see is the yellow and the black Famicom cart. They're not multi-carts, they're actual games, which is kind of rare to see on the street here. So I do pick them up, the yellow one and the black one here, as well as Toddlers for Super Nintendo. So that yellow one it's a Hudson Soft game, and it has the little dude with the hat. So that's Mylon's Secret Castle, and the other one is Star Luster. And I also see Axelay for Super Nintendo. Label looks pretty good. I took a chance on it. I bought everything for 50,000. Took a chance on it. It might be fake, might not be fake, so we'll check that out later. Now back in the second portion of the San Alejo flea market. This guy has a bunch of stuff here. This is the guy I bought from last time. He always has like different games every week. So see Gunsmoke for Famicom, you know, the usual controller stuff. So I pick up a bunch of Famicom games here, and I'm gonna take them. They're multi-carts. Got and a weird yellow Mario game I'll show you guys later. It's a Famicom clone, Mario 3. So make sure you stick around for the end. I'm actually gonna uncover it, show you guys the board. That's it for that one. We're gonna walk. Now we're on Carrera Séptima, which is 7th Avenue. If you walk all the way to 19th, you'll see a bunch of street vendors, but this time, look, it's empty. There's nobody really here. I guess they got shut down already. So it's gonna be a boring walk to Parque de los Periodistas, which is Journalist Park, which is the location for our second flea market. This one is in a paid parking lot that is used as a flea market on the weekends. As you can see, they set up little tents. And let's see what we find here. You get your usual stuff, your books, your gold and silver, electronics, clothing. It's a really great Sunday experience here in Bogota, and I recommend it to anybody who comes down. Make sure you're here on Sunday. Check it out. There's about a half a day's worth of flea market hunting. Fun for the whole family. So over here, I haven't really found anything. I see this guy has Famicom multi-carts once again, selling them for $5,000, which is less than $2 each. So I did pick up a bunch here. I picked up 4. And N64 controller across the way at the other vendor. He was trying to sell the bundle, but I managed to get the controller just by itself. It's an aftermarket controller. Looks pretty cool. I've never seen it. So I bought that for $17,000. And, you know, even if you buy up all the games here in 1 week, the next week they'll be restocked. Here's a really rare Ibanez Mustortion pedal. I had to phone a friend back in the US to get some more info on it, but I did pick it up for $26. It's really rare. I know I found that it was about $200 value. So if I manage to sell that for a profit, then, you know, that pays for everything else I buy today, which is pretty cool. I'm always looking out for other stuff to pick up. Got a lead here for another flea market that I hadn't been to. So this was on, if you're in Journalist Park, you walk along 18th Street towards Septima, towards 7th Avenue, and you'll see them. You can't miss them. There's 3 other flea markets I hadn't been to. As you can see, I just picked up those 3 Famicom games for $5,000 each again. So it looks like it's a Famicom multi-cart type of day. Right across the street there's another flea market, and it's a little tighter, and it looks like this is where all the street vendors end up, you know, when they're tired of fighting the police and setting up and tearing down. So it looks like they just pay for a spot here and set up. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool toys and whatnot. It's a little tighter, like I said, but this looks more like clothing and toys, like children's toys. Besides those Famicom games, I believe that's all I found in this one. But it's pretty cool seeing and pretty cool discovering 3 more flea markets on this trip. So it's always good to keep exploring the city. And that's it. After those 3, that's all we really found. See, like, once you get out, as you walk towards this street, that's actually 7th. All right, so we start off with the Jungle Boy LCD game, which I got for $5,000, $175 USD. From what I know, this is a pretty rare LCD game, so hopefully I can do something with that. Next is the Toddlers for Super Nintendo game. Pretty underrated game in my opinion for Super Nintendo. I think it was always in the shadows of Lemmings. But up next here is the Famicom, sorry, for $30,000, $10. It's Mario 3, but if you look at the chip, it's a pretty interesting game. It's got a huge chip with the gold star logo all over it. So interesting to find out what that's like once I test it. Got Axelay for Super Nintendo. This is the one I took a chance on, so I'm gonna open it here. Got that for $20,000, which is $7 USD. Part of the bundle with the 2 Famicom games and Toddlers. So I'm gonna open it up here and look at the chip. And of course, the chip is the game Zoop, which got burned on this one, but pretty good label for a fake game. Very well made. Have to look into that. Maybe the game is legit, just the board was changed out, but we'll see. Got the N64 controller, $17,000, $5.50 USD. It's a pretty interesting controller. I'd never seen it before. Up next is the rare guitar pedal I bought, the Mustortion from Ibanez. Bought that for $26. I could probably sell it for $200. So there's my recoup right there, which is pretty cool. And finally, I got all these Famicom games from the flea markets. 11 games total. And you got your 4-in-1. I got 2 copies of this 4-in-1. Hogan's Alley and Duck Hunt and some others. Then I got the 80-in-1, which is pretty interesting artwork. This is why I love the multi-carts. The artwork is great. It's pretty funny. This one turned out to be Mylon's Secret Castle after looking at the cover. You got Star Luster, Japanese release only. It was never released in proper NES American. 99-in-1 with interesting artwork as well. This one has Jackie Chan on it. And it says Super Mario Galaxy, so can't wait to try that one out. 89-in-1. And here we have a 4-in-1 Contra 6. Yeah, we'll try that. 76-in-1 with Aladdin 3, I think it said. I think this one is the only legit multi-cart that out of all of these, because it actually has a list of the 22 games that's on it. So this is one of the heavier ones. When you pick it up, it's actually has some weight to it. And the 4-in-1 here, Batman, Spider-Man, and Turtles. Got all this for $22, which is pretty cool. After this flea market day, I went to a store called Video Play in Barrio Castilla. Very limited games, but I did pick up a RF switch for the Nintendo, which I needed. So I got that. And then out of the Super Nintendo games, I did pick up King of the Monsters, which is one I was missing. So I got both for $10. Not bad. So I did hit the Facebook groups while I was here in Bogota, and I did pick up this Game Boy 4-player adapter. Sealed, factory sealed. Pretty cool. I've never had it, so that's a pretty cool pickup. This is all from the same guy on Facebook that was selling his collection off. So it also included this Game & Watch, Mickey and Donald. Pretty good condition. It works. Missing the battery cover, but pretty cool pickup. I love my Game & Watch. I got Oil Panic also, so that's a pretty good one. So the Oil Panic, the Mickey and Donald, and the Game Boy 4-player adapter, I got all 3 for $87, which in my opinion is not that bad. So that's it, everyone. Those are all my pickups. I did some flea markets, Facebook groups, and some actual game stores this time around. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to comment below and tell me what you feel about my pickups. I think I did well. I always do well in Bogota, so I hope to see you guys next time, whether it's this country or another. Hey everyone, thanks again as always for watching, and don't forget to subscribe below.